A lot of interest in you. I come here all the time. It's a wonderful change from Toronto, as you might well assume. Huh? The East, it's so free here. The news is never so bad. I spend time in Prince Edward Island. Listen to the radio station, you listen to the lead story. PEI in Charlottetown guy says, and in the lead story today, in an act of random violence, the side mirror has been ripped off a parked car. Police are investigating. Then they interview the cop. Oh, we got a few leads, we're working on it. Back to the guy, he says, and now on the lighter side, because geez, you're gonna need a lighter side after something that harsh has been just thrown at you. You don't want that pinballing through your brain at work. Just the memory of that lonely mirror arm sticking out of the car. Sign of a world gone crazy. It's a terrific laugh, man. We're going on tour. Somebody's frightened. No, she's happy. I love the traffic report, too, especially coming out of Toronto. I'm stuck in that big town for a while, but the traffic report in PEI is so great. The guy introduces, now the traffic girl. Now with the traffic, here's Kathy. And she actually came on, she said, pretty busy out there. Best be careful. That's it. That's it. I'm just howling in the car. I love this place. And the guy says, he thanks her, eh? Thank you, Kathy, thank you. He's got to appreciate the work that went into that. You've left no stone unturned. That was... We got to get you a helicopter, sweetie. You are working the fingers to the bone. The farthest east I ever was, and this is just a few weeks ago, I made it as far as England, you know, and that was so weird. They're having a lot of troubles over there, and some of them deservedly with their livestock. They had mad cow disease because they started feeding them meat. What the hell? You can't do that to a cow. You can't feed a vegetarian meat. Naturally, they're going to lose it. It's got to mess with his psyche. 5 years the cow's eating grass. All of a sudden, the farmer booting out of the barn, hey, you got to try this hamburger. Holy Jesus, that's delicious. Where do you get that stuff? That is, gee, where's that leg go? Didn't I have another leg here? So now the poor cow's starting to think maybe he's a carnivore. That's why they go crazy. A cow doesn't make a very effective predator. Think it over in your head. There's no such thing in nature as a rectangular predator. You got to be a little more aerodynamic, I think. I'm just saying it's hard to be stealthy with wooden feet. Huh? Clunk, clunkety, clunk, clunk, clunk. Bell clang, 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 clunk, 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 clunk. I'm having trouble getting that jackrabbit. Clunk, clunk, clang, clang, clang. I guess so. He sounds like the cast of Riverdance going by on a train. He's a little trouble surprising animals. So what they did, I was reading this in the paper. At one point, when Hoof and Mouth struck, that they did, the Army is in the paper, it said, Army is bringing in sharpshooters to kill sheep and cows. Sharpshooters. You gotta wonder, how bad are the regular shooters? Tracking the unpredictable cow. It's not as though they're coming at you in some zigzag pattern. Okay, they're coming in too fast. I can't get a beat. It's a cow. You can hunt it with a sledgehammer, for God's sake. You'll bring in a sharpshooter. But this is lovely. When I visit the East, I try and think back and within what I've been through in my life that maybe people can relate to. I was on Pogey once. Can anyone? I was on unemployment insurance. I cast no dispersions on those who have. As a matter of fact, you pay in your whole life. Take a vacation, really. Yeah. I was on it 8 months, and I became the resident expert in my hometown. I've had people come up to me, hey, I'm losing my job. You were on Pogey. What's that like? Well, let me recount. You don't work, you get paid, pretty close to perfect, really. And I found that the only snag to that was human nature. Because the less you're obliged to do to get by, the lazier you get. You just adapt. All I had to do to survive every second Friday is walk my pokey cars down to the unemployment office and drop them in the bin. So the Thursday night before this, people, I can't even sleep. I got all that shit to do tomorrow. There goes my nap. Out the window, there goes my nap. But I think it's fun because it's like a little ping pong game between you and the government, right? They're trying to keep you sharp on your toes. They ask you these penetrating questions. Were you capable of work each day? Yep. Did you work at all? No. And the little stuff, you know, any money coming in? Nope. Any inheritance coming in? I don't think so. My favorite one, were you ready and willing to work each day? What? What are they begging you to lie here? Has anyone in the history of Canada ever written down the truth? Just once, just for fun? Nah. Thursday and Friday, I was way too hungover, man. I'd have called in sick for sure. I know me. That's just government lunacy. Ready to work. What do you mean? You're in some town, you have no jobs in a radius of 100 miles, but you don't sleep in the morning. Oh, no, not on Pogie. Up every morning, 5 o'clock, eh? Grab a shower, get on the work boots and a tie, and just stomp around the house. Holy jump, am I ready to work today. I better make a lunch just in case. There's a rite of passage into manhood for all Canadians, I think. Most of the fellas, maybe more of the fellas, but going on camping. Camping is just something that's near and dear to me. I'm from Timmins, Ontario, camping. I've tried to explain camping to Americans when I've been down there. You go, people, come on, you got to reduce it. You get a bunch of friends, a whack of booze. You go out in the bush, you get back home, you can't quite believe nobody died. May 2-4 weekend, God save the Queen. And it's nothing you can really be proud of in retrospect, you know. It's underage drinking. There's nobody checking ID in the forest, so off you go. Right? It's just decadence. 5, 6 guys, if we're lucky, we'd have somebody's dad's car. Average age, 16 in the car. There's 22 cases of beer in the trunk. Just weaseling down the road to a campsite. I love nature. You get a fire going pretty good when you're young, drunk, and invincible, huh? Remember those days? You want that sucker stoked 30, 70 feet high. We used to want something you could see clearly from space. All they could see from up there is the wall of China, and whoa, big party in Canada tonight. And if they keep watching from up there, they'll see the silhouettes of 5 or 6 boneheads jumping over. An inferno. Oh, you don't forget those days. You can't. It's just, I've hit that age where I could never live through that kind of hangover again, feeling that beat up, waking up in a tent. Especially when you're a kid, you got no money. It's not a nice tent. I wake up in one of them orange triangles, you know, those Canadian Tire pup tent bullshit units that they just sort of pawn off to the retired, and here you go. That'll keep you safe and warm. Oh, tuck it in there. It was just amazing. You get the thing set up, and on the side, it would actually say water resistant. Oh yeah. You know what? So's cardboard for a minute. You wake up drenched in dew or something. It didn't even rain. Oh, you're just wet. Just feeling betrayed. And the cuts and bruises, all these surprises, you know, didn't know where burn marks, you got soot stains, you're missing a finger. Mom's gonna kill me, look. Mosquitoes are walking around the tent floor so full of your blood they can't even fly no more. What is that buzzing noise? I can't. Thanks so much for reminiscing with me. I've had a wonderful time. Have a great night. Good night.
Coming up next, one of Canada's funniest new comics, Tracy McDonald.
Then I tried jogging, but I said, forget this, because my cigarette kept going out.
When the Halifax Comedy Fest returns.
Catch an all-new episode of Jeff Limited, Saturday at 8:30 on the Comedy Network.
Let's get tough. CLR tough. CLR is #1 for a